Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Rosie Henshaw and today I'm bringing you a autumn craft DIY video. A lot of the stuff that I bought is actually from the pound shop or free, so this is going to be a really cheap video to make, and some of the pieces are really beautiful. And at the end of the video I'm going to show you some of the previous video makes, because where I can't edit and show you after, some lovely lady recommended showing at the end of the next video, so I'm going to show you at the end of the next video, which is this video. I want to just address the glasses. I've never worn my glasses on a video before. One, because they're super reflective and you can see everything going on in my glasses, which is very annoying. But this is also the reason why I haven't been replying and been on Instagram lately. Well, 2 days, that isn't very long. But I've had an eye infection. They've told me I shouldn't really be wearing my contact lenses for 2 weeks. Well, I'm banned from it. Got to wear my glasses. And I get really bad headaches when I wear my glasses. The prescription's incredibly strong. The glasses are really heavy. So on my nose and my ears, I get headaches. I'm rambling on, but I look like Andy from Little Britain today. You know? So, that's me. And I'm going home. I've addressed it, so no one else needs to address it. So it's done now. So I'm going to get on with the video. So, to start, I'm putting my little hamper in front of me just so that you can see, because I can't adjust the angles. And what I'm going to start off with is I'm getting my hot glue gun ready to go, because you can get them for £2 in the pound shop at the moment, glue guns, and you get a packet, I think it's 34 glue sticks. My glue gun was getting a bit rubbish, it was getting a bit stuck and tacky when I was trying to do it, so I've got a new one from the pound shop. We'll see how good it is. I picked up 2 packets of the gold frames. They do these in wood colours, they do them in white, grey, black, but I got the gold. They do silver as well, because I think the gold's very autumnal and wintry, Christmassy type, so they can be out for all that time. You get a packet of 2 for £1 in Poundland, and I'm going to open these and I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do with these. I'm actually going to make a lantern, a DIY lantern with these. So I'm going to get them out of the packets. Hope everyone had a lovely weekend. It was my daughter's birthday party. I had a bit of a sore eye then, but I wore my contact lenses, and it turns out I went to the hospital yesterday, had a really incredibly long wait. They put the orange dye in my eyes, had to have eye tests, see what was going on, and it turns out I've scratched my cornea. They said it isn't actually infected as of yet, but they've given me antibiotic drops, which is like the consistency of Vaseline, so my eye just feels constantly blurry and horrible. It's not a nice feeling, but yeah, where am I? So I'm gonna get the glass out. I've taken the wooden piece out, and the paper. You're not gonna need these, so you put them to the side. I'm gonna take the glass out, but I'm gonna put this to one side because you're gonna need this, and I'm just gonna do this on all of the frames. Glass to the side, because be careful with it, because obviously I'm a bit clumsy. I nearly break everything. Just pull these back. These make the most beautiful little lanterns. I've been searching on Pinterest and I've come up with a few nice little things that I think you'll like, because it's really cheap. I've got one idea that can cost you nothing, but it's brilliant. It's like a pumpkin, fabric pumpkin beads. It's just brilliant, and it's reusable, which you'll think, of course it's reusable, but when I show you, it's quite funny, but it is really sweet. So I'm going to get a pair of pliers and all the little black pieces that fold the glass in. I'm just going to try and gently take out. It should be relatively easy. They are pound shop frames, so I don't imagine they're glued in and stuff. They're just sort of put in, but I'm just taking them out. You get 4 in each frame. You don't have to chuck the other one off the hamper. That isn't part of the video. So I'm gonna take these out. Oh, I'm sorry if the reflection of my glasses is a bit distracting. You can see like the red dot on my phone flashing. But in every video for the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna be wearing my glasses, so you'll get probably used to it. In my try on haul on Friday though, I'm far enough away from the camera that I don't think you'll notice it. It's been a bit of a nightmare for me though, because I really love wearing eye makeup and I can't wear none properly on that eye. I've put on a little bit of brown mascara on the tips of my lashes, which I probably shouldn't even really do, but very on the tips, like nothing near my eye. The drops are so annoying though. I cannot see a thing when I put them in. Right, these ones don't want to come out for some reason. Here we go. I think it's best if I just do it on my lap here, because then I'm getting them out a bit easier. Have I done those ones? Yeah. Last one. And you just pull them out. You won't need these. And then what you'll be left with, so this has cost £2, this craft. This will cost £2 to make. So you can use any colour you like. I quite like the idea of having the dark wood ones as well, because they're quite grainy and they look like the same sort of colour wood as like an acorn or something, that nice reddy wood. Now I'm going to put 3 of them to the side at the moment, and on the one of them I'm going to just use a little bit, oh, hot glue stuck to my finger. Use a little bit of hot glue and just go on the inside line where the glass sits, and just put a little bit. Let's put another glue stick in there. Just put a little bit of glue running along the inside seam. It does go cold really quickly, so you've got to be kind of quick with this. And I'm just going to put the piece of glass back in so it gets stuck down. I've got a little bit of glue on that side of the glass, but it does peel off quite easy. So I'll fix that up in a minute. You can sort of go round with your nail and scratch off any glue that's around the edges. So then the glass is stuck in. So you've got one glass little frame. And I'm going to do that on all of the frames now. So I'm going to get the glass ready, and I'm just going to run it along on the inside seam. You don't need too much. I'm trying to get really in the corner so that by the time I put the glass in, it doesn't push it, you know, it doesn't go too much on the actual glass itself on the inside. Done another one. Just doing another one. I do love a glue gun craft. A glue gun craft is always a nice, easy one. And the last bit. This is quite good, this glue gun for the pound shop. I'm quite surprised with it actually. The other one I had, I had two. One of them's quite a big one though, and I got that from Hobbycraft. It's a big blue one, so it's like more of like you get the really thick glue sticks for that one. So now they're all done and all the glass is stuck in, I'm going to assemble them. Now you can assemble them with the sides together like this and then just do it. It ends up like a rectangle if you do two at the side, because it makes the width go out longer. Or what you can do is do one on the inside like that, then one on the outside like that, so you're left with, and then you will end up with a square. I'm going to do it probably the rectangular way just because I think it will look a bit more polished from the front. So I'm just going to run along that seam on the edge, and I'm going to just stick that side to it. You can just stand up frame like that, couldn't you really? Going to go along that edge again, that side. Press it nice and firm. And then with the last frame, try and make sure it stays out nice and straight. And then I'm just gonna run it along that edge. Oh God, I don't think that's gonna work. I haven't got another glue gun ready. That's gonna be dry. No, it's still tacky. And then we're going to stick that down. If it isn't as close as you need it, you can just sort of try and take that off. And that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to peel it off, because what's happened is because it's been on too long before I stuck it down, it's dried up quite quickly. It's easy enough peeled off. But they do the larger sizes, so you could make large lanterns. Bertie's barking. I imagine he's gone back up the stairs again. He's been playing games with me lately. He thinks it's a game to run up and down the stairs. I think it was in my last video actually. He was running at the top of the stairs. So I'm going to just quickly do that side, and I'm just going to stick that down straight away. Okay, Bert, I'm going to get you. And then I'm just going to hold that in place like that and put some on that edge. That's probably a better way of doing it. And then when you stand it up, you've got a lovely little, even it out a little bit, glass lantern. Now you can use, if you want a bottom for this, you can just take off the back piece of wood and measure. Mine's worked out quite perfect. It's going to fit perfectly on the bottom of this. You might have to trim it if you do it the square way. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue all around the bottom section. Stick the backing of the wood on. A bit more glue to hold it in place, because if you're going to put a candle or something in it. A bit more glue just to sort of go around the seam to make sure that it really is stuck. Let that dry, and then when you turn it upside down, you've got a lovely, lovely lantern. And inside this lantern, you can just put in loads of pine cones and have it decorative. Or what you can do is just put a really, sorry, that wasn't completely dry, but I wanted to show you because we're going to get on with other crafts. But once that's dry, that will just look really lovely. Can you see it in the background with some tea lights in it, perhaps? Let's get a little tea light out. I did get a little, they're a bit stiff though, of course. I did get myself, how lovely is this from the pound shop? It's a candle lighter. Oh, you're here, did you get yourself down? It was like, you're not coming to get me, so I might as well. But it's like geometric patterns, and it's like a long wand candle lighter. So I'm gonna just light a little candle, I'm gonna put that in there, a little tea light. You could make a few of these and get even smaller frames if you'd like. But how cute are these? Lovely little lanterns made out of Poundland. Made out of Poundland. I'm going to light that other candle with a sugar cookie. Make it a bit more tumble in here, but it's chewing a box in the background, doing doggy stuff as usual. So I just thought, how cute is that little lantern? That's really sweet. And you could even make get like a leather strap off of an old hamper and sort of glue one side to the other, so it's got like a lidded handle. I don't know if you could carry with it if it'd be strong enough, but it definitely would look really, really lovely. Am I going to need the glue for a minute? No, I'm not. So I'm going to unplug it because I'm not. And what I'm going to show you is, it's just a really quick way of making a pumpkin, and it's going to look really, really sweet. And all you're going to need is a toilet roll, which you can reuse after. And this is the check shirt I got from the charity shop, which you can cut the back piece out of this and use it, or any material that you like, old jumper, anything. But in the pound shop at the moment, they have got the same pattern check in a tea towel, and they're £1 in there. I actually don't think they're going to be big enough. Yes, it will. So get a normal sized toilet roll and just undo it. This might look wasteful, but we're not going to waste it. We are reusing it. Just unroll it about 4 or 5 times. And then what we're going to do is we're going to scrunch it roughly, going all the way around your toilet roll. So you can reuse this once the autumn's over. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to place it on the tea towel. Just tuck that in. Place that on the tea towel. And we are literally going to get this fabric, and we are going to fold and shove the material into the top of the toilet roll, making sure to fold, making it look really rustic as you go all the way round. Tuck it into the toilet roll, and then get a stick from your garden and cut it down and shove it in to the top. It needs to be more central, but I just thought this was the cutest little idea ever. And you can have these in your bathroom. I just thought they're really, really cute. And you could alternatively glue a little leaf to this. So I've got a little eucalyptus. So I'm just going to get a little eucalyptus. I think if the glue gun's still a bit hot, the glue, I'm just going to glue a little leaf to it. So, little pumpkin made out of a toilet roll. Another thing that you can have out in the autumn. And I just think them two look really, really sweet. Let me bring them up closer because I'm very happy actually with these little makes. I think they are so adorable. And if you're only having a tea light in them, look, how sweet are these? These are just going to look so cute. And you could even paint the bottom piece, or you could attach a bit of fabric or like a tissue paper to really make it sort of at the bottom look really decorative. I wouldn't bother. I'd probably put a slightly larger candle that's in a glass jar so it doesn't melt to the bottom in there, and it's going to look really lovely. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my trusty bag of pine cones that I've been going out to collect, and I'm going to get loads of them out, and I'm going to need some wire. Now, to make this even more festive, what you can do is fill up your sink halfway with a little bit of water, or if you don't want it diluted, I won't want it diluted, I want it really strong. I'll put these in a sink or a bowl, and I will get like my winter, is it called winter morning or twilight, no, yes, winter morning Zaflora, and I would just soak these in the Zaflora or spray them quite heavily, because then when these are hung up, these are going to soak up all of the Zaflora and they're going to smell. So if you've got like the new, I can't wait for all like the new autumn ones to come out and the winter ones, and you soak them in that or spray them on it, and they just last, they just smell lovely. Even in the bowl, they smell really autumnal and look lovely. So I'm going to get more of these out, and I'm going to... Sorry, I feel more professional in my glasses. I'm more quiet in my glasses today. It's because I'm trying not to move my head too much, because I know that the lights, and I don't want to like confuse everyone with the glasses on. Like, hello, you can see me in the background. So I'm going to get a few of these out, and I'm just going to get a little bit of jute twine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to not unravel it completely and cut a piece off, because you can just go however long you want with this. And I'm going to, from the bottom of the pine cone, I'm going to wrap around my jute, take it that way, and tie it on, tie a nice knot, make sure it's double knotted, and I'm going to go along, making sure to leave a similar amount of space between each one, and I'm going to knot these up. Do you know what, I am going to have to cut this because I didn't think that through. I'm not actually going to be able to knot it otherwise. Very silly idea, but if you want to go longer, you can just join the two new ends together and knot them. So, and what you start to get is a pinecone garland that if you do spray with Zaflora, it's just going to smell amazing. Or if you've got any room fragrances, I haven't come across any autumn Zaflora at the moment. I'm hoping that they'll bring out their Christmas one soon, because all the shops have got their Christmas decorations, which I'm so excited about. But you know what I mean, it's getting exciting now. They've got all the candles and I'm just waiting for the Zaflora, because I'm going mad with this Zaflora, cleaning all my sides and my toilets. I just love it. So you start to get a pinecone garland. Now, in one of my craft tutorials, I showed you how to make, I think it was the kids autumn crafts, I showed you how to make easy pom-poms. Between each pine cone you could put pom-poms. It would just look really, really sweet. Or you could even attach, what we could do is, see this fabric, where's my little scissors? This is what happens when Rosie does crafting, we get a little bit all over the place. And what we can do is just cut long sections of fabric quite roughly, like this, long fabric sections, and just tie them round in between like rags. And you can do these in autumn colours or the buffalo check, and it can be like a raggedy one. You can really build this up with loads and loads of those sort of ribbon type things in loads of different fabrics. It'd be really nice in like a hessian. You can buy hessian bags in the pound shop in a pack of 2, and they're where all the you know, like all the kitchen stuff is, because they're specifically for like potatoes and veg that you can put they make them last longer if you put them in them. So you can just tie loads of little like bits of rags and stuff. I've obviously done that one a little bit shorter. I like them longer, better. And you just go and go and go, and you can make yourself pinecone garlands. I quite like them with pom-poms, or you could just literally cluster this up so close together it would make a big chunky garland. And I think that that's really, really sweet as well. So these are all really easy, cheap crafts to make. So they don't have to break the bank. But this one is one of my favourites as well, because most people have these. I didn't have these, so I had to buy these. But nice little glasses, really, really squared off round ones. A lot of my glasses sort of have shapes to them, so I couldn't use my glasses. But they come in a pack of 3 in the pound shop, so I got these. And what I'm going to do is I am going to heat up my glue gun again. You don't need a glue gun for this. You can just use some jute twine to do this. I'll show you in a minute how. And what I'm going to do is I've already started to cut some. I've just gone and got loads of twigs from the garden. If you don't have a garden, you can go to the park. You can go to any greenery areas and there should be twigs about. And you only need a couple of long twigs that you can cut down for this. Now, I want them to be about roughly that long yet. So they're not all exactly precise, and some of them are different colours, some of them are a bit more knobbly than others. And what I cut them down with is just a pair of like pliers that have got the sharp bit. So I just roughly measure the length and cut them down. Some pieces you'll have that are left too short so you can't use them. And I'm just going to cut these down roughly to the size that we need them. And hopefully that glue gun is getting warm now. And what we're going to do is, this is a really lovely idea as well. It's very similar to the lantern idea. I just think it's a really cute little craft. Is the glue gun getting hot? Yes, it is. And what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to glue a little bit down the edge, straight down, and I'm going to make sure that it doesn't go lower than the glass, so it'll actually stand up. And I'm just going to glue. You can make these shorter, so they're only a tiny bit taller than the glass. I think that's how a lot of other people would make them, but I want these to be quite dramatic. I did try and get more wider glasses. I was looking for more like fishbowl type things. And just go round and glue all these twigs to this glass. And if you find any gaps, you've got smaller thin twigs that you can sort of glue down the centre of them twigs and fill in the spaces. So you can fill in all the gaps, so they're all filled in. This hasn't got to be done super neat, because you can tie hessian burlap around it or anything that you want. And just make sure that the twigs don't go any lower than the bottom of the glass, otherwise it won't stand straight. So even if you just leave like a mil of gap, some bits even have extra twig bits on them that I think look really, really sweet. I wouldn't lay those flat, because otherwise what will happen is the next twig next to it won't be able to lay flat to it. So, might need to take that one off actually. And I'm just going to go all the way round. Yeah, I'm going to have to take that one off. That one is too bobbly. That'll probably be one of the ones that you can use on the outside after you've done all the other twigs. So I'm just going to coat this glass, and you get 3 of these. So these are really nice, even at Christmas time. And you know what? These would be really nice gifts to make people as well. They're really lovely. Really, really nice. Now, alternatively, it would be a little bit more tricky, don't get me wrong, but you could sort of hold these to the glass and then just get some jute and then tie the jute round it to hold them on, and then do a nice bow, and it would look really sweet. Or you could try and get a, you know, like Gorilla Glue. I don't know if any of them adhere to glass, but we will see. And then I'm going to just go a little bit more round. I'm starting to realise as I go around that I should have actually trimmed these a little bit, because they are a little bit too long for the width. Because this is quite narrow, it's going to look quite... I don't know if I'm being just critical or if I'm right. I think I'm right. I think I've got them a bit too long. I'm just going to go round and round and round. And then after, what you end up with is fill some of the gaps. Fill some of the gaps, because you can see a little bit of the glue. That's the only thing you won't get if you do it with the jute string. And you start to get these twiggy shaped glasses, and you go all the way around with these. I didn't go and get loads and loads and loads of twigs just because I thought I'm not going to spend so much time on doing this, because otherwise I can't get on with other crafts. I was initially going to do this one first. I don't know why I didn't. And they will end up looking like this. Now you can, even once they're on, where's my pliers? Hold onto the glass while you trim them down, obviously, because otherwise you could end up breaking the glass. But you can trim them, make them a little bit shorter while they're on the glass. I would recommend cutting down to size first though, because otherwise you're going to end up struggling like me. And I'm going to cut them down probably to about that height. I'm going to re-glue that one on because I pinched that a bit too hard. And now it's not sticking to it. And then once they're all trimmed down to size, it's a bit difficult to do it while they're on the glass. I should have made them a bit smaller. Perhaps get your glass, measure them to it. Have them maybe about an inch longer than the actual piece. These are flying everywhere now. And you could do them different lengths. But what I was going to do in the end with that is, I think Bertie's nicked my jute twine. Yes, I think he has. Bertie! You nicked Mummy's shoe. I think he has actually nicked it. Let's just cut a piece off of this then. And what you can do is wrap this round the glass and tie it in a nice little bow. I haven't got long enough because Bertie's nicked mine. But you end up with these sort of twiggy glasses, and you can go all the way around, tie any colour ribbon that you want to this. You could have all different colours. You could spray these gold or champagne or any colour. I just think more metallics would look quite nice for this. So you could tie a bow around this to keep them in place. But I'm not going to. I'm going to leave them quite rustic, and I'm going to go all the way round. And what the effect you will end up getting is yet again another candle, light the candle. So you can see the back. It's just like a little tea light, but when they're lit like that, you just see them shining through the sticks, and it just looks so autumnal, so lovely. I would definitely recommend cutting the twigs down though, in case it's a fire hazard. They're not going to be any close to the smoke or the flame, but if they're short enough that they're not sort of, the glass is protecting it from getting, the wood getting hot. But I just thought, how cute is that? The only problem you might come into with hot gluing this, I would hot glue these on first with a very small piece of glue and then tie them on with a ribbon. Just because if the glass does get incredibly hot, it might remelt the glue. And I didn't think that through, but maybe holding them on just to hold them on at first, or double-sided tape just to hold them on a bit, just while you're tying your jute, and you can do that quite a bit around it. And then, but I just think once you're left with that and it's the lovely warm glow of the flame showing through, I just think they're really autumnal and really, really cute. So I think there are quite a few nice little autumn crafts that I've shown today. I think they're quite sweet. So we've got this. The pumpkin though, I'm not going to lie, the pumpkin toilet roll, that took 2 minutes. And I just think that is so sweet. And you can use any material you want. And then you take your stick out, you really take your tea towel and wash it, you can use it, and then you can use the toilet roll. So it isn't, and you can just make these for the kids or anything. They're just really, really sweet. Or you can even make these into like apples and fruit in your kitchen, make them a bit more bulky at the bottom, make pears. Just really, really cute. But I'm going to use them as kind of pumpkins. I think they're lovely. I think the lanterns are really lovely, and the garlands. And I really hope you enjoyed my craft video today. I'm just going to quickly show you the bits that I made, because this has gone on a little bit longer than I was expecting it to. Like that. And I'm just going to show you. This is actually the pumpkin with the pin top that I made. I decided to go in a bit of a pattern all the way around with this, to go around like that with the push pins. And then I cut a little hole at the top with a knife, because it's only polystyrene, and I put in my own little jute. How I made my fabric pumpkins, that's how I made it. My little jute stem instead. And then with a little bit of chalk paint, I just went on the casing of it. And because it had glitter on it, it's given it that kind of stony, rustic sort of look, and I really love that, and a few people have said they look quite high end, and they're only £1, and with the push pins are £2 that they've cost. And also this is the little paper mache one I done. I made a little jute twine thing on it, and I just roughly painted it ever so lightly to give it a distressed look. So that's that one. And also this is the one that I get asked a lot on, what does the picture look like once I've painted it. I didn't use a stencil in the end, I hand painted it, so please excuse, because I'm not the greatest of artists, I'm not no Van Gogh, but I painted a pumpkin onto it, and I just used tester pots that I already had. So in B&Q where I live, they have loads of like tester pots for flour and ball that have gone down in the pound. Gone down to £1, and I used worsted, brassica for like the purpley dark tones. I put a bit of black in the brassica to make it darker for the stem, and I used drop cloth and bone for the background colour. And obviously you can see where I've been mixing them. I mix them up with their own colours, and then I just paint the top so I know what colour they are. I'm a bit of a scruffy painter. So that's that one. And I also done, from my charity shop haul and Home Bargains, these are the pieces. So I just done a little pink stripe on the bottom of the box, pink chalk paint. I just thought they looked quite sweet like that. Didn't paint the rest. The little peg rail I painted in bone from Flour and Ball, and then done white little pegs, so that's going to hang up stuff in my kitchen. And then the little toilet roll holder. Well, someone actually said it's probably a toilet roll holder, and I thought that too, that I got from the little basket for like one toilet roll. I painted this in the colour bone from Flour and Ball as well. But one thing I did actually really want to do with this, but I've run out of time for this video, so I'm not going to be able to, is paint this all orange and put a green stem on this so it looks like a little wicker pumpkin. You can have this in your bathroom and put stuff in it, or what you could do is have it for treats when people come over, so it would just look really, really sweet with like a little stem like this on the top of it, but it'd be painted orange and it would look like a little pumpkin. I just thought that'd be a cute idea. But we've run out of time in this video. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to. And I've been Rosie Henshaw, and I hope you have a fantastic week. I'm going to be doing my try-on haul again on Friday, and I think... No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do my Q&A. I didn't want to do it in my glasses, but I'm going to do it in my glasses. I'm going to film it today, and I'm going to put it up tomorrow. So I'm going to do my Q&A, so that's an extra video this week, so that'll be up tomorrow. And I'll see you on Friday for my try-on haul, so if you're watching, obviously. Hope you enjoyed this. Take care. Have a lovely week. Bye.